I was talking to my daughter over a campfire the other day, and she was getting ready to graduate from high school and thinking, should I go to college? Should I get a job? Maybe both. Like, what should the next step of my life look like? And I told her exactly what I want to share with you today. And I just kind of unveiled this kind of web design business model that I guarantee can generate $30,000 to $50,000 a year, like your first year out of high school, just working part time out of your house with a laptop. And like, I was like, why don't you try that out? And you just try it for a year or two, see if you like it, do that. And then if you do, and you want to double down and maybe do full time, it's like you can make six figures working out of your house and you don't have to buy anything. Like you don't need any, you just need a laptop, maybe a little bit of software. And I know it works. Like I mailed this, this is the DoubleStack 5-figure family trophy. And when you start landing $10,000 clients, I mail you this trophy. But a $10,000 client is not that hard to come by because it just means like $850 a month. Something like that. And that doesn't even include the website part. That's just the ongoing marketing. So it's not complicated to make this happen. It is hard. Like I don't want to say that I can just snap my fingers and everybody makes $1 million. There's work and hard work goes into it. Like especially if you want to make a 6-figure income, like that's hard work. It's just not complicated. It's not confusing. And I wanted to open up exactly what I would do and exactly what I share with my daughter. And here's how it goes. So the first thing that I would do is I would focus on WordPress as my platform. Not because I think WordPress is like the best technical platform for building websites. It's just the easiest one to work with because everybody already has WordPress sites. Like the market share is huge. So if you're working with somebody who already has a website, the chances are it's probably going to be on WordPress. There's a higher percentage chance it's a WordPress site than a Webflow site or something like that. And so you're probably going to want to know how to use the site, at least to export the content or something. And on another really important point too is if you ever decide to outsource anything, like if you're going to white label any services or get somebody to help you with SEO or content creation or something like that, then people already know how to get around inside of a WordPress site. Like if you work with an SEO team, they know how to SEO WordPress sites, much more so than they might know how to SEO like a Duda site or a Webflow site. And I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying more people know how to do WordPress stuff than these other platforms. So that's why I would start with that just because of the availability and the market share. And it's also not very complicated to learn. So the next thing that I would do is I would get Cadence as the theme. And I know it's a little controversial. There's so many good themes right now. I'm not saying that Cadence is the best theme in the WordPress world. There's lots of great themes. I think Divi's great. I think Beaver Builder's great. I think Elementor is great. And Bricks and There's so many great options, but if you had to pick one, the one that I would pick and the one that I did pick, in fact, I'm actually running my website off right now, is Cadence. And the reason for that is because you can get started for free. So you can just go onto YouTube if you've never built a website before and type Cadence tutorial, and you can find these great tutorials that are like hour, 2-hour, like in-depth tutorials. Learn how to use the thing. They come. First of all, it's free to get started. They have a paid version as well if you want to upgrade. It's very affordable to upgrade. And then they have these starter templates that you can download, and you kind of have a fully designed site that you can start with and maybe change out some of the pictures and the content and stuff to sort of learn how it works. So that's really great for getting things going. But Cadence also has Cadence conversions. Like one of the things that appeals to me in particular about Cadence is, really two things. I like that it's built on Gutenberg because I feel like that's probably going to be the future of WordPress. Like that's the native internal structure for how to build websites without like a heavy-handed page builder on top. So I like that aspect. It makes the website really responsive and fast. But I also like the mindset that the Cadence community has about websites. And they had this kind of add-on extra functionality thing called Cadence Conversions, which has to do with like the marketing side of web design. So I just think that's nice. So that appeals to me. So that's why I would go with Cadence. So now you got WordPress as kind of like your platform of choice. Cadence, because it's got the starter templates, it's built on Gutenberg, you got Cadence conversions and stuff, you want to use that stuff. And you've got this gigantic third-party like plugin ecosystem, so anything that doesn't come natively in the package, you can get from somewhere else. So that gets you set up really well with the website part. And then you need to add a hosting layer. So I host all of my websites over at Flywheel. And the reason I do that is because they take care of everything. Like if the site ever gets hacked, they'll fix it for free for you. It's not crazy expensive. It ends up being somewhere between like $15 to $20-ish per month. I've got the agency plan, so I've got a lot of different sites that are hosted over there. And like the more sites you have, the lower the cost per site and everything. But I don't really care about skimping on hosting because I'm going to I'm passing out. I'm going to pass through the price of the hosting to the client. So I usually recommend charging $100 a month for hosting and maintenance, and up to 1 hour of your support, like helping with just miscellaneous stuff. So if I'm making $100 per month doing this hosting and maintenance stuff, and I don't really have to do any of the backups of the security, or if the site gets hacked, they'll fix it for me for free, like all that stuff. Okay, I'll pay $20 a month for that. Why would I need to squeeze out an extra $10 per month to do like $10 per month hosting? So for me, I think it's totally worth it to go with a solid platform. And I think Flywheel is really the sweet spot for performance and features and stability and like all that stuff. So now you got your technical, so you got the web design, you got the technical layer. And then the third thing that you need to add into the mix is the marketing side. Like, how are you going to get traffic, leads, and clients for your client? And for that, you don't have to learn a ton of stuff. You do need to pick a niche, because in order to figure out where the traffic is going to come from, you're going to need a niche. So like all of this stuff that we're about to talk about, it's kind of getting you about 90% complete, because there's two big things that I can't do in this particular video. One is picking a niche is kind of complicated. So I set up a whole separate course. Like if you go to lead.blue/leads, there's an entire free course on how to pick and learn, like research the details of your niche. It doesn't cost anything. Just jump in there. It's totally free. I think you'll find it super helpful. It shows you how to pick the niche and how to find basically unlimited free leads from within the niche that you pick. So check that out right here. The second thing that you're gonna need to do is figure out how to price, like package and price your options. I generally recommend that you have like one major solution that has 3 different pricing tiers to it. So that's a little bit complicated. It's kind of outside of the scope of what I want to talk about right now. But if you need help with the pricing stuff, let me know. I can help you with it. Just drop a comment here or join me in Blue Theory or whatever. We can work together on the pricing. But what we're talking about here is a couple of extra things that you can just put into the package for marketing, so you have some monthly recurring revenue coming in. And I like to charge about $850 per month as like my target for marketing. And the reason that I like the $850 per month idea is it gives you enough revenue so that you have time to do something. You know, so for example, if someone said, I'm only going to pay you $100 a month, you only have the time to like do the hosting and maintenance and maybe a little bit of miscellaneous support. You don't have any time for marketing. And so there's no time to get results. Like all the results come from the monthly marketing. I want to make sure I have enough time built in so I can do something that matters to actually move the needle for the client. $850 per month, that's $10,000. That's like $10,200 a year. That's why you get these trophies. And so from my side, it works. So like it's a valuable client. From the client's perspective, it's not that much. It's like $850 per month. It's not even $1,000 per month. So I like to target businesses where if I could get them one client per month, the value of their client is worth at least $1,000. So then I can say, hey, if we did all this stuff that we talked about, I'm going to go through all the details here for a second, but if we did all this stuff that we're going to do for your marketing, and you could get one extra client per month, you're already getting a positive ROI on that, because it only cost you $850. You're making $1,000. Do you think you could get one client a month? And most people are like, yeah, I think I could probably get 2, maybe 3, maybe a client a week, maybe 4, right? So that's like a 4x return on investment. So, but it does require a little bit of targeting, which is why it's important to pick the niche. So like all that information at lead.blue/leads will get you in the ballpark for like how to pick the right niche based on these metrics. But here's the things that I would add into the marketing plan. The first thing I would do is Google Business Profile Management. Like just help people get their Google profile looking good, like fully filled out, post a couple of things, maybe a weekly post or something like that, like an event or a coupon or some interesting information about the business, whatever, but just like have some activity going on there, help get reviews coming through, charge a monthly price for that, somewhere probably between $250 to $500 per month for Google Business Profile Management and helping them get reviews. The next thing that I would throw into the mix is a local SEO essentials package. So this is all stuff that you can do on your own without having to hire anybody, without having to subscribe to any other third-party platforms or anything, just like basic local SEO stuff that you can do to help your clients show up for those near me searches, like chiropractor near me or physical therapist near me. Like you want to show up well for those searches. And there's a ton of stuff that you can do just on your own without having to buy anything to help with that. And I would usually charge like $300 to $500 per month for the local SEO package. The third thing that I would do is I'd help your client build an email list. I think email marketing is a huge, huge opportunity for web designers, because you might need to design the email itself, but more important than that, you'll probably have a link in all of the emails you send to book a call or to like take some sort of call to action. And that link is going to go back to the website. You might need a landing page for that so that you can, get better conversions on those emails. And you're a web designer, so you can make the landing page. If you're not a web designer, somebody else is going to have to do the landing page work off of those emails. And since you already are one, then I think email marketing is a huge opportunity for people like you and me, because we already know how to build the web pages. And we already have control of the website. We're hosting and building the website. So it's an awesome opportunity there to build like an email opt-in form, like stick your email address in here, get this PDF, and then once a day for the next 5 days, I'm going to send out some sort of educational content that will nurture your leads into paying customers. So now you got email marketing, but you got to charge monthly for that because you might need to change out the lead magnet from time to time. Maybe it's seasonal, or maybe you're noticing that your lead magnet isn't converting at the level that you want. You might want to make something that's a little bit more exciting, more compelling. Or maybe you monitor those 5 emails and maybe the first 2 emails, people are really opening up. Hit that 3rd email, the open rate really drops off. Well, what's wrong with that? Maybe you need to change the subject line. So you need to like pay attention to what's going on, but I'm not talking about a ton of time. Like $850 per month basically means like maybe 2 to 3 hours a week, right? Like, so like basically Monday morning or something like per client. And that's kind of goes back to why it's got to be in that $850 range. Because if you don't have at least a couple hours per week, not per day, but like 2 or 3 hours a week to work with a client, you're not going to have the time to do all this stuff, which is why you got to get that monthly recurring revenue up into that $850 per month range. The next thing that I would do is I would focus a little bit on a paid traffic source. Now, I'm not saying you have to like jump into Google and like be a Google Ads master. You could theoretically outsource like Google Ads. I don't really like to advertise on Facebook very much, just because Facebook's such a volatile platform for ads. Like Facebook will cancel your ad account for basically no reason. There's nothing you can do about it, willy-nilly. And we've had much, much better success for myself and for our clients on the Google platform for ads. But Google has a couple of different ways to run ads where you don't even have to write ad copy. You can just like basically pay for calls, which is really cool. So those are called local service ads. So I would think about how to do that. It's basically like a paid version of a Google business profile. So if you know how to manage a Google profile, running the local service ads is very similar to that. Or if you're working with a client that doesn't qualify for local service ads, then I would think about maybe some directory promotions, like getting them listed on Angie or Home Advisor or something like that, and then paying for a little bit of extra visibility to kind of get some extra traffic coming in, because that's a really great way to get paid traffic, because you don't really have to do anything other than just essentially boost the visibility of your profiles in these business directories. So that's a lot easier than trying to do like a full-blown Google Ads campaign. But anyways, some form of basic paid traffic would be really good. And then the last thing that I would do is I would think about like the long-term organic marketing, like content marketing and social media marketing. Kind of throw that in if like somebody was going to go into like a high-end package. You know, we were talking about having that one solution with the 3 pricing tiers. I usually have like the content marketing, social media, like long-term SEO in the highest tier. But then you've got this awesome package that really, from your perspective, you're doing 3 things. You're doing the web design, you're doing the technical stuff, and you're doing the marketing. From the client's perspective, you've got traffic covered, you've got lead generation with the email opt-ins and everything. And you've got the client conversion process with the lead nurturing and maybe a call calendar and stuff. So you bundle all of that stuff together, and then you need to, so now you're like 90% there. You just need to meld it into the shape that fits for your niche. So again, check lead.blue/leads for that. And then you've got the niche. I can help you with the pricing packages and everything as well. And now you've got the ability to generate 6 figures working out of your house with a laptop. This is awesome. So if you want some more reasons why you can make a 6-figure income working from your house, building websites for your niche, check out this video right here, and I'll show you 5 more reasons why you can clear 6 figures working from your house, building websites for people. I'll see you there.